So we have a premiere at the Palms Movie Theater, about 200 people from literally, I can't imagine this group of people has ever been assembled anywhere else. It's like poker players, poker pros, poker celebrities, people from the online gaming industry, poker media, film critics, a group of people who are going to come watch this movie, and then we're doing kind of a celebration after up here in this very lavish, kind of ridiculous sky villa. Can't think of like sort of a better ingredients for like to launch a movie about the online poker story, which is such a ridiculous story. Well, we always wanted to do a feature documentary about online poker and about the people who played it for a living. And it was just, the idea was sort of there when we were doing the From Busto to Robusto shorts. And once we had done 2 of them, we kind of thought, okay, we have experience now. We're ready to do a feature-length movie. This was 3 years ago. And we thought, who's better to fund a movie like this than online professional poker players that we know. We pitched it to about a dozen or so pro online poker players, and they all bought in.
Yeah, my personal goal was to just be able to have a movie that explains to the general public, like non-poker playing public, like what we all have lived through in the online poker industry. Tell them, how it kind of got started, how the boom happened, and what it was really like to be a professional poker player, and just kind of like peel back the curtain on that lifestyle.
We wanted to dispel a lot of misconceptions that the general public has about people who play poker. We want to just put it out there, like, follow 3 human beings who happen to be passionate about this game and show what their life is like. And by doing that, we really felt that that alone would get rid of, or at least do a lot to improve kind of the perception of poker and online poker in the general society.
So our main characters are Tony Dunst, who is the host of The Raw Deal on the World Poker Tour, and he was essentially chosen because when we're telling the whole poker world story, we wanted to focus on the poker media aspect and the kind of like fame, celebrity aspect of poker. And so we thought that him just getting the job, getting kind of like introduced to that world would be a great journey to follow. So we chose Tony for that reason. Then we have Martin Bradstreet, who's Alexei Martov online, also Magic Ninja. And he's somebody who basically has been playing the high stakes games since 2007. And he was chosen because we wanted somebody who was sort of like a kind of a mad genius of poker, who could kind of like talk about the game and how the game has evolved because of online poker. Then we also chose Danielle Anderson, who is a young, kind of, I guess, stay-at-home mom. She's married with a 3-year-old son. Oh, he's now 5 years old. But essentially, she was kind of like the working class poker player, so to speak. I mean, she was supporting her family with online poker since 2004, and when we started following her, she was aggressively pursuing a sponsorship opportunity. So we kind of wanted to follow that journey to see kind of how a normal person essentially used online poker to support their family, and then kind of like segued into that world of sponsorship and etc.
Played like some of the highest stakes poker in the world. I've like done other kind of big kinds of productions. Was on 2 Months, 2 Million, but this is unlike anything I've really ever felt. I've got like a lot of nervous energy, and I kind of feel great about the movie, but I'm really excited to be able to show it to a group of people who are really also excited about seeing it, have such a personal connection to the online poker story.
It's really satisfying. I mean, honestly, like, just the fact that so many people from the poker industry wanted to come out to the premiere and check it out, like, in my mind it validated that at least like the poker players thought it was cool and that it was a project that they wanted to get behind. And that's all we can really ask for. If they get behind it and they promote it and they tell people about it, like, we think it can spread beyond the poker community. So I'm just really satisfied to be here.
I do know that when I was making a lot of money at one point in time, I was looking up how to buy an island on eBay.
Chris Moneymaker eliminates Sam Farhan. Welcome to the award-winning World Poker Tour. Samson has won this tournament.
Imagine your favorite thing that you could do, your favorite hobby. Someone says, if you just do this all the time, we're going to pay you millions of dollars.
It was a mint. It was a money factory.
There were so many games. You could play so many hands, and the games were just that easy.
Playing poker for a living was a way for me to be whatever brand of eccentric I wanted. I was banned originally from Australia when I was 21. This time I was more so politely asked to leave.
I never in a million years would have ever expected to grow up and be a professional online poker player. I would have said it was more likely that I would grow up to be an astronaut. Mommy want a big pot, what do you say?
Ship it!
Ship it!
It's a very interesting game when you think about it. What would you do to prevent me from winning all your money? That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Online poker funded the entire poker industry as we knew it in the 2000s.
They paid me $11 billion. And I was holding out for $12 billion, but all I got was $11.
I do want to be sponsored. I think that it would kind of validate my career. It would be cool to have a team to identify with that.
I've never wanted the normal 9-to-5 routine. I'm Tony Dunst, known as Bond 18 online. Let's break it down. Get a job, right? Too, right? It's not a bad job. I can't complain in the slightest.
Poker's definitely given me the opportunity to live life outside of the conventional system.
In a way, the golden years of poker created this new idea of an American dream. Everyone globally bought in, but especially in this country, everyone bought in.
It's a multi-billion-dollar industry with millions of participants, and on Friday, it was shut down by federal agents. The FBI seized the domain names of PokerStars, Full Tilt Poker, and prosecutors charged 11 people with fraud, money laundering, and illegal gambling.
This is a declaration of war by the United States against these companies.
Apparently, they're asking for upwards of $3 billion in fines.
One of the things that players have found out is that even though we assumed everything was on the up and up, maybe things were a little more hidden than we would have liked to have known.
It was even better than I could have expected. Best poker movie ever. That's all I can say.
I thought it was excellent. I would wholeheartedly recommend it to all my friends and family. I think it does a great job of explaining the poker lifestyle and what we all went through on Black Friday.
I was blown away. I thought it was a fantastic film, even though I appeared in it. In spite of the fact, I thought they did a fantastic job telling the story of online poker. I really look forward to showing it to friends and family back in Atlanta who really have no idea what this industry is like. Even just to be a small part of it, I'm thrilled. I think they did a fantastic job.
It was a really bizarre experience to see myself up on the screen, but it was a lot of fun, and I think people really liked it, and I'm just kind of excited that it's finally time to share it with the world, and I hope I represented the poker world well, and yeah, I hope people liked it. So far I've heard really good things. I really hope that the film can kind of pull the pieces together for people who aren't necessarily in poker. I had the privilege of having 7 of my best friends here, and none of them are involved in poker. And afterwards, the feedback I got was that they all said that it makes more sense, and they get the big picture of what happened in Black Friday and what I do and the impact that it had on everybody. So I just hope to share that, because I feel breaking some of the negative stereotypes is a huge part of taking steps towards poker and towards people using poker as something that can be positive instead of always negative.